About ready to go with Game 2 of this doubleheader here this afternoon, as the Decorah Vikings took care of Game 1 by a 12-2 margin, winning their 19th game of the year. Decorah wins this one. They will finish no lower than a tie for second place in the Northeast Iowa Conference. Here's the starting lineup for Game 2 for Charles City. Tyler LaBarge leading off and playing third base. Batting second at shortstop is Sam Lipke. Hitting third and doing the catching, Dylan Isaacson. Batting fourth, doing the pitching, is B.J. Foster. Hitting fifth at second base is Nate Manning. Hitting sixth in left field, Johnny Etherington. Batting seventh in right field, Levi Blaine. Hitting eighth in center field, Dallas Neal, and batting ninth at first base is Levi Miller. Those are the Comets. Here are the Vikings. Leading off the shortstop, Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third in left field, Cole Sweska. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Austin Ashbacker. Ashbacker in Game 2 will bat for the second baseman, Brady Dowley. Hitting fifth, doing the pitching here in Game 2 is Dustin Carey. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Kyle Kane. Batting seventh in right field, Brighton Meyer. Hitting eighth at first base is Chris Hartman, and batting ninth at third base is Bryce Pierce. What started out as a relatively cool sunny night has turned into an overcast, muggy night in Decorah here tonight. Charlie Zahn will call the balls and strikes, and Eric Pasker will work the base pass here in game number 2. As Dustin Carey will go to the hill. Carey coming off a victory on Tuesday afternoon against Clayton Ridge Elkader Central. He was the losing pitcher in the first game between these two teams. 4 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Overall on the season, Carey 6-4 with a 2.22 ERA. Opponents hitting 191 against him, 56 2/3 innings, 45 hits, 18 earned runs, 12 walks, and 52 strikeouts. Decorah's defense will go this way. Cole Sweska in left field. Jake Hovden in center, and Brighton Meyer in right. Bryce Pierce playing third. Colin Nimrod's at shortstop. At second base is Brady Dowley. Chris Hartman getting the start at first base. Kyle Kane behind the plate, and Dustin Carey on the hill. The win evened up the season series between these two squads. Decorah will look for the series win here in game number 2. We'll try to get an update from Owine and Waverly. If Waverly won the first game against Owine tonight, that would clinch at least a share of second place in the Northeast Iowa Conference for the Vikings this year. Tyler LaBarge will be the batter. LaBarge was 1 for 3 in game number 1. Carey's first offering as we get going at 7:57 here in game 2 is high to LaBarge. 1 ball, no strikes. Carey's last 3 outings have been very solid. The 1-0 delivery, that one up again. 2 balls, no strikes to count. 19 innings, 13 hits. He's given up only 3 earned runs, walking 1 and striking out 22, going 3-0 in that time. 2-0. Ducking under it is LaBarge, and it's 3 balls and no strikes now. Lights have been turned on, and they're starting to take effect here at Olenczak Field. The 3-0 delivery right down Broadway for a strike, and it's 3-1. Lipke and Isaacson to follow here in the first inning. Comets won the first meeting between these two teams on the 20th of June, 3-0. 3-1 delivery, swinging a pop-up foul, right side out of play. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now, as Carey tries to climb the ladder back. Three and 2 the count. Carey in for the sign from Kane. The 3-2 delivery, low and outside for ball 4. LaBarge draws a leadoff walk. Sam Lipke in game number 1 was 1 for 2 with the sacrifice. Scored one of the 2 runs for Charles City. Comets scored 2 runs, one of them earned. So in the last 16 games, Decorah pitchers have only given up 22 earned runs. That will say, as we say in the bids, this gives you a pretty good chance to win. Move to first base. And LaBarge back to the bag diving. LaBarge 2 for 3 in the steal column this year. No score, top of the first inning here in game number 2. Dustin Carey comes set in the first pitch, curve ball in the dirt. Caroms to the right of Kane, down to second on the wild pitch goes LaBarge. So Dustin's throwing 7 pitches and 5 out of the zone to start this one. One ball, no strikes. One-0, bunted. Right back to Carey. He'll have one play. He'll throw on to Dolly at first base. Sacrifice complete, 1-4 for Lipke. And now a runner at third with 1 down for Dylan Isaacson. Lipke with his 3rd sacrifice of the season. Isaacson 0 for 2, scored a run, was hit by a pitch in game number 1. Isaacson takes a curve low as Carey just hasn't been sharp in the first 3 batters of the game, but plenty of time to correct that. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Runner at third, 1 down, top of the first inning of a scoreless game 2. The Vikes took game 1 by a 12-2 margin in 6 innings. 1-0 delivery. There's a curve for a strike. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The pause and the 1-1. High and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike count. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson from Olensack Field in Decorah tonight. Game 2 of this conference doubleheader. The 2-1 delivery swung on, popped up right center field. Underneath it is Brighton Meyer. Cutting in front of him is Jake Hovden. Hovden will make the catch, tagging at third, and scoring is LaBarge. And it is a 1-0 lead for Charles City. So Isaacson with the sacrifice fly to score LaBarge. Isaacson with RBI number 12 on the season. The base is empty. And B.J. Foster, the pitcher for the Comets here in game number 2, will come to the plate. Foster 1 for 3 in game number 1. Foster looks at a curve for a strike, 0-1. So the Comets scoring without the benefit of a base hit. A walk, a wild pitch, a sacrifice, and a sacrifice fly scores the initial run of the game. Swinging a foul, right side out of play, so it's no balls, 2 strikes. On Foster. Carey ready, and the 0-2 delivery, curveball swung on and missed. And that's that for the first inning. 1 run, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It is the Comets 1 and Decorah coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning we go. B.J. Foster getting the start for the Comets. Foster, a junior right-hander, making his first start of the year. He's made 10 bullpen appearances. He's 0-1, 6.07 ERA. Opponents hitting .366 against him. 15 innings, 26 hits, 13 earned runs, 13 walks, and 7 strikeouts. This is the defense that will surround Foster. Johnny Etherington in left, Dallas Neal in center, Levi Blaine in right, Tyler LaBarge at third, Sam Lipke at short, Nate Manning at second, Levi Miller at first. Dylan Isaacson behind the plate, and Foster getting the start here in game number 2. Nimrod, Hovden, and Sweska here in the bottom of the first inning. Comets scoring without the benefit of a base hit in the first game. LaBarge walked. Wild pitch got him to second. Sacrifice got him to third. Sacrifice fly got him in. Colin Nimrod was the only Viking not to reach base in game number 1. He was 0 for 4. Only the second time this year that Nimrod has not reached base in a game. Nimrod in from the right-hand side of the plate against the right-hander Foster. Foster gets going, and the first pitch inside to Colin. 1 ball, no strikes. LaBarge drew the leadoff walk. That was only the second walk in 20 innings for Destin Carey. The 1-0 delivery. That one at the letters and for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hovden and Sweska will follow here in the bottom of the first inning. One and 1 the count. Foster delivers a curveball that's a 55-footer that skips behind the plate and will be retrieved by the on-deck hitter Jake Hovden. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Two and 1, and the pitch. Swung on a ground ball toward short. A backhand stop made there by Lipke. He'll throw on to first base. The throw gets by Miller. Colin makes the turn. He'll head to second. He'll be in standing. A runner at second, nobody out, and Lipke commits his second error of the doubleheader. Nimrod at first, nobody out. Hovden to the plate for Decorah. Jake was 3 for 5, scored 3 runs, and had an RBI in game number 1. In fact, he had the RBI to win it in the bottom of the 6th inning. Levi Miller up on the grass at first base. A step in front of the bag at third is LaBarge. Johnson, or Foster rather, out of the stretch in the first pitch. Off-speed breaking ball that goes high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. A win here, and Decorah finishes no lower than a tie for second in the Northeast Iowa Conference. Next pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Jake Hovden. Jake's been on base 4 of the 5 times he's been to the plate. The 2-0 delivery swung on a fly ball towards left field. Retreating is Johnny Etherington. He looks up. That ball is up against the fence. Nimrod will score easily on the double by Jake Hovden, and we are even at 1. Hovden with an RBI double. His 6th double of the year and RBI number 19 of the season. So a 2-base error and a 2-bagger have tied up the game. And the batter will be Cole Sweska. Sweska 1 for 2, scored 2 runs and had a sacrifice in game number 1. First pitch, an off-speed breaking ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikings looking for their 20th win. The stretch will look back at second in the 1-0. taking a low 2 balls, no strikes. They would be the only team in the Northeast Iowa Conference to win 20 games the last 6 seasons. At least 20, I should say. If you stop at 20, that's probably not a good high school baseball season. Winning at least 20, you can accept that as Foster throws back to second, and that ball hit him in the face as Jake shakes off the cobwebs out there at second base. Foster turned and threw lightly, and I think that got him in one of the flaps of the batting helmet. Coach Dennis Olenczak out to check him out, and Landon Ashbacker, the assistant coach, checking him out as well. Just one of those unfortunate situations that as the ball got there, it just got to Jake on the left side of his face. We can tell you that Waverly Shellrock has won game 1 of the doubleheader against Owine. Jake seems all right. Sportsmanlike applause from both sides. And with that victory by Waverly Shellrock over Owine, the Vikings can finish no lower than a tie for second place now. But when it comes to league standings, you want to be a little selfish. The 2-0 delivery, curve for a strike at the knees, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 1-1 game. Comets got a run without the benefit of a base hit in the top half of this frame. A Hovden RBI double tied the game a moment ago. It's 2-1 now on Cole Sweska. Sweska squares to bunt and takes a breaker low, and now it's 3 balls, 1 strike on Sweska. Hovden off of second. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. The pitch smacked into left field and a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Hovden. Etherington bobbles the ball a bit. Relay to the plate. There won't be one. RBI single for Sweska. Vikes on top, 2-1. Sweska with RBI number 18 of the season, getting Hovden home on the base hit to left. Runner at first, 2 in, nobody out. And the batter is Austin Ashbacker. 1 for 3, a walk, a double, and an RBI in game 1 for the Baby Bull. Sweska away from first. And a move over there from Foster keeps him honest. Sweska tied for the team lead in stolen bases with 12 on the season. The pitch, swinging a foul, right side out of play. No balls, 1 strike to count on Austin Ashbacker. Sweska away from first, 0-1 delivery. That one taken at the letters for a strike, and it's now 0-2 on Ashbacker. Sweska gives Decorah a 2-1 lead a moment ago. Runner goes, 0-2 pitch, curveball outside, throw down to second base, a nice one, and Sweska is out at second. Nice throw from Isaacson to retire Sweska. With Manning taking the throw out at second base, the caught stealing goes 2-4 in the scorebook, 1 down in the bottom of the first inning. And it's 1-2 now on Austin Ashbacker. 1-2 delivery, swung on, smacked into left, off the glove of LaBarge and into left field for a base hit. Hard hit ball. And Ashbacker with a single. The Vikes get their first 4 runners on against Foster here in the bottom of the second inning. And Carey will be the batter. Dustin, 2 for 4, scored 3 runs and had 2 RBI in game number 1. He's approaching that 40 total. He's at 38 right now as he smacks one deep into right field. Retreating is Levi Blaine. He looks up. That one is going to be one hopping against the fence. Ashbacker gets the third on the double by Carey. Second and third with one out here in the bottom of the first inning. So the Vikings with 4 hits already. Half of them have been for extra bases. And Tyler Downing will come out. And talk to his pitcher. B.J. Foster, Andy Sinkink will get Dustin Carey's courtesy out at second base. The Vikes with 2 of the 4 hits thus far for extra bases. And they had 4 of the 13 in game number 1. So let's, they are going to make a pitching change here. Let's take a break and we'll figure out the changes here in a moment. Big-time position changes going on for the Comets. The catcher, Dylan Isaacson, will be the pitcher now. So Isaacson has to get the gear off and head out to pitch. The catcher, or the pitcher, B.J. Foster, is moving to left field, and the left fielder, Johnny Etherington, will move behind the plate. So a lot of equipment has to change before this move can be made. Isaacson making his 5th appearance of the season, 1-1. A .78 ERA. Opponents hitting .188 against him. 9 innings, 6 hits, only 1 earned run given up. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. We'll get everything situated here momentarily. So far here in the bottom of the first inning, Nimrod reached on an error. Hovden got him home with a double to left. Sweska got Hovden home on a single to left. Sweska then was caught stealing. That was followed up by a single to left by Ashbacker and a double to right by Dustin Carey. So Isaacson will be the new pitcher. Kyle Kane will be the batter, and we will get going with baseball here momentarily again. The only out has been a caught stealing to this point. A few Comet outfielders were out in the outfield seemingly taking a nap, and that wasn't to the approval of Tyler Downing, who get them up to a knee as Isaacson will warm up now. Kyle Kane will be the batter. Still only 1 out here in the first inning of a 2-1 Decorah lead. Decorah won game 1 of the doubleheader 12-2. Brighton Meyer with 6 RBIs, including a grand slam home run in that game. I'm going to look that up quick because I think that was the first home run in the career of Brighton Meyer. I'm going to double check that. Kyle Kane will be the batter. Ashbacker third, Sinkink for Carey at second. Kyle in game number 1 was 1 for 2. Walked twice. And had and his courtesy runner, I guess, scored once. Kane squares to bunt. Squeeze play is on. Picking it up as Isaacson throwing to the plate and retired at the plate as Ashbacker. That ball just had a little too much velocity on it as Isaacson did a pretty good job of being the 5th infielder that time. Picked it up, and the baby bull was a dead duck at the plate. And there are 2 down now in the inning.
Stepping up, Brighton Meyer.
And Brett LaRue will run for Kyle Kane at first base. 2 down, runners at first and third. 2-1 Decorah here in the first inning. And Brighton Meyer, who had the 6 RBI night in game number 1, including a grand slam home run, will come to the plate. He got another RBI on a single, another RBI getting hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Sinkink at third and LaRue at first. 2 courtesy runners on the base pass as Meyer swings and fouls the pitch back. It is no balls and 1 strike. That was the first career home run for Brighton Meyer. The grand slam back in the 6th inning of game number 1. In a previous at-bat, he hit the top of the batting cage out in left field, but it was foul. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch goes high. 1 ball, 1 strike. He came into this doubleheader with 13 RBI, and now he's pushing 20. Ashbacker had 7 RBIs in the doubleheader on Tuesday night against Clayton Ridge Elkader Central. Runner goes 1-1, swung on, foul back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. Hovden an RBI double, Sweska an RBI single, a 2-1 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the first inning of Game 2 of this doubleheader. Vikes won Game 1 12-2 in 6 innings. LaRue off of first, Sinkink off of third. 1-2 pitch sails high from Isaacson. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. B.J. Foster still responsible for the runner at third. And Isaacson does the fake to third, fake to first move. Hasn't fooled anyone since the Eisenhower administration. Deuces wild on Brighton Meyer. LaRue goes, pitch swung on and missed. That's that for the first inning. So Isaacson able to shut the door. But the Vikes get 2 runs on 4 hits and leave 2 runners. We head to the top half of the second inning. It's a 2-1 lead for Decorah. 2-1 Decorah as we go to the top half of the second inning. Nate Manning will lead things off against Dustin Carey. He gave up a leadoff walk in the first inning, and the Comets were able to score without the benefit of a base hit. Nate Manning was 1 for 3 and had an RBI single in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Dustin Carey gave up only his 4th earned run in 20 innings in that first inning as Manning swings the first one and fouls it away. No balls, 1 strike. Colin Nimrod picked up the win in game number 1, giving up 5 hits, 2 runs, and 1 of them earned. 0-1 delivery. Curveball missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Manning with Etherington and Blaine to follow. 1-1 delivery. Swung on and a fly ball, shallow right. Out dolly in Meyer. Meyer calls and catches in shallow right. And there's 1 down here in the second inning. Definitely an easier play for the outfielder coming in than the infielder going out. And a wise decision there by Meyer to take control. 1 down for Johnny Etherington. 0 for 2 with the sacrifice fly. Started the game as the left fielder, is now the catcher for the Comets. He'll swing and miss at the first one from Carey. No balls, 1 strike. Etherington, really solid wrestler as well for the Comets. A curveball catches the front knee for a taken strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 delivery, swung on, popped up left side. Pierce under it, but he's called off by Colin Nimrod angling towards the foul line. Nimrod, the shortstop, makes the catch for the second out here in inning number 2. 2 down for Levi Blaine, the losing pitcher in game number 1. Blaine was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Brings up Levi Blaine.
In game number 1 at the plate. First pitch outside from Dustin Carey. It is no balls, 1 strike. Or 1 ball, no strikes, I should say. 1-0 delivery, ground ball wide of third and foul. It is no balls and 2 strikes to count now. I'm sorry, 1-1. I'll get it right eventually. 3rd time's the charm. Elliott telling me I'm number 1 to help out the process. The 1-1, fastball outside edge. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got to draw a picture for some people, E-Train. And I'm one of those people. 1-2. Ground ball foul on a late swing by Blaine as it goes towards the third base Decorah dugout. One and two the count on the Charles City right fielder. Carey looking to retire his sixth batter in a row. Dustin ready, and the pitch. Breaking ball that slips outside, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got Blaine playing right, got Miller playing first, as Elliott so eloquently put it earlier. The Comets playing with a pair of Levi's tonight. That's Elliott's joke and not mine. 2-2 from number 2, curveball grounded toward short, and that's right through the legs of Colin Nimrod. E6. Colin would love to have that one back. There's been mishandles and bobbles and everything like that from Nimrod at short, but going down on the ball and bucknering the ball.
Number 8 hitter, Dallas Neals.
10 isn't going to do that again. A runner at first, 2 down for Dallas Neals. He was 0 for 3 with an error in game number 1. 2-1 Decorah here in the top of the second inning. Neals takes a curve low. 1 ball, no strikes. Blaine away from first. Carey ready, and the 1-0 delivery, foul tip into the glove of the catcher Kyle Kane. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one from Carey, and the pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. Colin Nimrod under this one, makes the catch near the second base bag, and that's that for the second inning. So, an error and a man left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-1 Decorah. Chris Hartman, Bryce Pierce, Colin Nimrod, the
Bottom of the second.
3 due up for Decorah here in the
Starting with Chris Hartman.
second inning. Hartman, in his only at-bat of game number 1, ripped a double down the right field line. His 4th hit of the season, his first extra base hit of the season. Chris looks at the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-1 Decorah. RBI double by Hovden and an RBI single by Sweska in the first inning. 1-0 delivery. That one goes up. It is 2 balls, no strikes. Dylan Isaacson on relief of B.J. Foster, who went the first third of an inning. 2-0. Hartman out in front of a changeup from Isaacson, swinging and missing. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Foster, a third of an inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, didn't walk or strike out a batter. Isaacson got the final 2 batters of the inning to retire the side. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 as Hartman missing a curve. 2-2 the count. Isaacson gets his side from Etherington. And the 2-2 delivery is a fastball outside for 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pierce and Nimrod to follow here in the second inning. 2-4-1 for Decorah. 1-0-1 for Charles City. 3-2 delivery, swung on, driven right field and deep. Retreating is Levi Blank, angling towards the fence. Will make a above-the-head two-handed catch about 10 feet in front of the fence in straightaway right. 1 down here in the second inning. The batter is Bryce Pierce, who appeared as a courtesy runner in game number 1. He is yet to bat here tonight. Pierce in from the right-hand side of the plate against the right-hander Isaacson. On the season, Bryce 261. No extra base hits, but 7 RBI. The first pitch goes inside. And it's 1 ball, no strikes with Colin Nimrod to follow. We're only in the second inning here of game number 2. It's a 2-1 lead for Decorah. Comets are running the first, and Decorah with a 2 spot in the bottom of the inning as the pitch goes low. 2 balls, no strikes. Game 1 down in Waverly went to the Go-Hawks over Owine 5-1. With that win, Decorah clinches at least a tie for second place in the Northeast Iowa Conference. The pitch, inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. But the Vikes will try to win it outright by winning this one here tonight. Isaacson with the long look in at Etherington, and the pitch sails high for 3 balls and 1 strike now on Bryce Pierce. Three and 1, and the pitch at the knees for a strike. Good fastball, good location. And it's 3-2 as it came right at the knees. 3-2 the count. And the pitch inside corner, strike 3 called. Second strikeout for Isaacson, 2 down here in the inning. And Colin Nimrod will be the batter. He reached down an errand, scored in the first. Isaacson has now retired the 4 men that he has faced. Foster technically didn't retire a batter. The only out he got was via caught stealing. As Nimrod looks at the first one high, 1 ball, no strikes. 2-1 Decorah. In the bottom of the second inning, Vikes won game 1 by a 12-2 margin in 6. 1-0 delivery. Inside corner taken for a strike, and it's 1-1 on Colin Nimrod. Nimrod reaching on that error was the first time he reached in the doubleheader. He was 0 for 4 in game number 1, only the second time this season he didn't reach base in a game. 1-1, changeup swung on and missed. It's 1-2 on Nimrod. Bottom of the second inning, a 2-1 lead for Decorah. Vikes trying for win number 20 on the season. 1-2 in the pitch. That one just up, missed on the fastball. It's 2-2 from Isaacson. Sam Lipke, the number 1 pitcher, not seeing action tonight for the Comets. You can bet he'll be throwing a week from tonight when those 2 teams get together in Waverly. 2-2 swing and a pop-up right side. Levi Miller, the first baseman, under it in fair territory. 10 feet off the line, makes the catch to retire the side. So a quiet second inning for Decorah. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the third. Decorah leads it by a 2-1 margin. Levi Miller swings at the first one, fouls one down the third base line. It is no balls and 1 strike on the number 9 hitter in the Comet lineup. Miller is 1 for 2 in this doubleheader. Comets had 5 hits off Colin Nimrod in 6 innings of game number 2. Pitch a strike. It is 0-2. Miller will be followed by LaBarge and Lipke. 9-1-2 for the Comets here in the third inning. Vikes won game 1, 12-2 in 6, and they lead it 2-1 here. Sprayed foul right side out of play off the bat of Miller. And it's still no balls, 2 strikes. A win here will give Decorah second place by themselves. As that one smacked towards second, and it's caught in the air by Brady Dolly. One down here in the third inning. So Miller retired, 1 down, nobody on. Third inning, a 2-1 lead for Decorah. Tyler LaBarge drew a walk and scored in the first. Vikings out hitting the Comets 4-0. And a curve for a strike from Carey. It's no balls, 1 strike. It's turned into a cloudy, muggy night. Started in sunshine about 3 hours ago. The 0-1 delivery, fastball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hard to believe, postseason already upon us. 2A's are going to start tomorrow. 1A start in earnest next week. And a week from tonight, Decorah opening up postseason play at Waverly against Charles City. Pitch goes low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Last time these programs got together in Waverly was the 2003 Sub-State game in which Decorah won 2-1 in 9 innings. The pitch smoked into center field after it is huffed in. He'll have to play it on a hop, so LaBarge has been on base twice here in game number 2. That's the first hit given up by Carey, runner at first. 1 down. Sam Lipke sacrificed a runner up in the first.
Now batting Sam Lipke.
So Carey back to the stretch. He is yet to have a 1-2-3 inning tonight. First pitch to Lipke, an off-balance swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. It was a breaking ball that was on the inner half of the plate. And Lipke had his back foot near home plate as move to first base will send LaBarge back diving to the bag. No balls, 1 strike to count on Lipke. A 2-1 lead for Decorah as the curveball goes low. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. The pause and the pitch. Smack towards right and a base hit for Lipke. Up to second will go LaBarge, who had to take evasive action to avoid getting plucked by that line drive. Well hit ball by Lipke. First and second, 1 out for the Comets here in the third. Dylan Isaacson will be the batter. He had a sacrifice fly in the first.
Isaacson.
LaBarge at second, Lipke at first. A 2-1 Decorah lead here in the top of the third inning. The pitch, Isaacson swings and fouls the pitch back. No balls, 1 strike. Isaacson's first at-bat was as the catcher. This is now the pitcher against pitcher matchup. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 delivery. Curveball for a strike. It's 0-2. And Carey now works ahead. LaBarge away from second. Lipke away from first. Hartman playing even with the bag, not holding the runner on. The pitch smacked into left field and a base hit. Rounding third, getting a stop sign is LaBarge. Bases loaded, 1 down here in the third for the Comets. An 0-2 hanger. So 3 straight singles after not allowing a base hit the first time through the order against Dustin Carey. And B.J. Foster will be the batter. Struck out swinging in the first, 0 for 1. 2-1 Decorah, but the Comets threatening here in the top half of the third inning. Carey ready in the first offering, smacked into right center field and a base hit. Scoring on the play is LaBarge. Lipke coming to the plate. The relay not in time. In fact, there won't be one. A 2-run single for Foster. And a lead of 3-2 for Charles City. A 2 spot for the Comets here in the third inning as Foster now with 16 RBIs on the season. And Coach O out of the third base dugout to chat with Dustin Carey. Carey's last pitching loss was against Charles City. A few words of encouragement. And back to the third base dugout for Coach O. Still only 1 out in the inning, and the 1 out was a hard hit ball as Levi Miller lined out to Brady Dolly. That was backed up by 4 straight singles for the Comets. 3-2 Charles City. Nate Manning flew out to right in the second, 0 for 1. Hits are even at 4, errors even at 1. Comets lead the stat that counts 3-2. Carey comes set, a look back at second, and a curve is in there for a strike to Manning. No balls, one strike. Carey lost against the Comets. He has given up now more hits against the Comets in the last 4 batters than he did in the first game. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Dolly will field. He'll go to Nimrod, who drops the ball at second, but Dolly rather, able to recover to get the force out at second base. It wasn't a very good toss between Dolly and Nimrod. Nimrod dropped it. Dolly able to recover and tag the bag just in front of Foster for the force out. Your typical 4-6-4 or atypical 4-6-4. Fielder's choice to send Isaacson to third, Manning to first, but you can't give an error on that play, but the way that thing was hit, it should have been too. Etherington will be the batter, popped to short in the second, 0 for 1. 3-2 Charles City in the top of the third inning. Isaacson, the runner at third. Manning will be the runner at first. Etherington popped to short his first time up, as we mentioned. The Comets with a 2 spot here in the inning as Eric Severson throwing in the Decorah bullpen. The pitch taken high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. The stretch, the runner goes. The pitch swung on and missed. Kane throws down to second base. Tag applied late on Manning, and as Manning is safe, Isaacson comes down the line and steals home, and now it's a 4-2 lead for the Comets, a 3 spot here in the third. So a steal by Isaacson of home. Manning with the steal of second. Manning, it's his first steal of the year. Isaacson with his 4th steal of the year, and the Comets extend the advantage to 2. It's 1-1 on Etherington. The curveball goes outside from Dustin, who just hasn't been his usual sharp tonight. 2-1 the count, the pitch high. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Eric Severson warming up in the bullpen. He threw a third of an inning against Charles City in the first meeting between these two teams. 3-1 the count, the pitch. Swinging a foul back. Breaking ball in on the hands of Etherington. Well, now it's 3-2. Manning, the runner at second, 2 down here in the inning. Decorah trailing Charles City by a 4-2 margin. 3-2 swung on, foul ball down the left field line. Cole Sweska angling into foul ground and will make the catch to retire the side. Cole with a long run, but ended up making the catch. A good effort there to conclude a 3-run inning in which the Comets had 4 hits. And they leave a runner. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. It is a 4-2 lead for Charles City. Bottom of the third inning, Comets with a 3 spot in the top half of the frame to take a 4-2 lead in this one. Hits are even at 4, errors are even at 1. 2, 3, and 4 for Decorah against Dylan Isaacson, who has retired the 5 batters he has faced. B.J. Foster is only out in the first 4 batters he faced as the starter was a caught stealing. Jake Hubden had an RBI double in the first inning. He's had RBIs in his last 2 at-bats, had the game-winning hit in game number 1. Hubden now with 19 RBIs on the season. Isaacson steps to the hill. And the first offering of the bottom of the third, smack towards third. Nice play by Labarge. He'll throw to first base after getting up, and Hubden retired on the first pitch here in the bottom of the third inning. Tyler Labarge with a solid defensive play. 1 down here in the third inning. And Cole Sweska will be the batter. Sweska with the single to left to score Hovden back in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. Sweska now with 4 RBIs in the last 3 playing dates for Decorah. First offering outside from Isaacson. 1 ball, no strikes. Isaacson is set down 6 in a row. It's coming on in relief of Foster. And his offense has helped him out with the 3 spot in the top of the third. It's a 4-2 lead for Charles City. The 1-0 lone outside for 2 balls, no strikes on Cole Sweska. (2-0) high and tight. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes on Dylan Isaacson. Or from Dylan Isaacson to Cole Sweska. Isaacson only his 5th appearance. He's only thrown 9 innings all season long. 3-0 low for ball 4. So Cole down to first base. And Austin Ashbacker to the plate. He singled to left his first time up.
Austin Ashbacker.
Runner at first, 1 down, and Ashbacker will be the batter. Singled to left his first time up. 4-2 lead for the Comets here in the 3rd inning. Isaacson steps off and throws over to first base, and Cole, who wasn't that far off, dives back in. Might as well get the jersey dirty. Sure Brenda won't mind. The pitch goes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Isaacson gets the sign he likes from Etherington. Comes set. The pitch swung on, a blooper into left field. It angles into foul ground. LaBarge after it. He can't quite get there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Austin Ashbacker. A 4-2 lead for Charles City here in the 3rd. The Vikes won game 1 of the doubleheader by a 12-2 margin in 6. Away from first base is Sweska. Isaacson comes set. 1-1 sails high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. The pause and the 2-1. Low, it caroms away from the catcher Etherington to his left, and Sweska moving up to second on the wild pitch. So hitters count for Ashbacker and an RBI opportunity with a runner in scoring position. Three balls, 1 strike on Austin Ashbacker. Isaacson comes set, looks back at second twice, and the pitch to Ashbacker. Thought about pulling the trigger, thought better of it, took the walk, first and second, 1 down here in the 3rd.
The pitcher, Dustin Carey.
First and second, 1 down. Dustin Carey doubled to right his first time up. Overall on the night, he has 3 hits, 2 of them doubles. He also has 2 RBIs. He's up to 38 on the season in that category. The first pitch from Isaacson, high and tight, 1 ball, no strikes. So Isaacson sailed through the first 6 batters he faced, but has walked the last 2. Carey completes Isaacson's first time through the order. The 1-0 delivery, hammered towards left and a base hit. Moving up to third is Sweska. He had to wait and see that if that line drive would get through. Bases loaded. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. And Kyle Kane will come to the plate. 4-2 Charles City here in the bottom of the third. Kane reached on a fielder's choice in the first, 0 for 1. Carey will get a courtesy runner. It's Andy Sinkink at first base.
Number 5, Andy Sinkink.
Vikes now out hitting Charles City 5-4 in this game. Isaacson will work out of the stretch. Even with the bag at third is Labarge. They'll play back at first with Miller. Infield will play back as well. First pitch low. It gets by Etherington. Sweska scores on the wild pitch. The other runners move up 90. It's 4-3 Charles City. Sweska scores. Ashbacker to third and Sinkink to second. A 1-0 count on Kyle Kane. Kane was called on to squeeze in the first inning, and Isaacson made a heck of a play to retire Ashbacker at the plate. 1-0 high, 2 balls, no strikes. A couple of wild pitches by Isaacson have helped the cause here in the inning. Four, 3 the score. Comets on top. The stretch and the 2-0. That one taken high. It's 3 balls, no strikes on Kyle Kane. Brighton Meyer hoping for a turn on deck. The pause, a look around the base past the 3-0. Fastball down Broadway for a strike. We proceed at 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1. Low for ball 4. And the base is now loaded for Brighton Meyer. Last time he was up with a bases loaded situation, he got his first career home run. It happened to be a grand slam. And Kyle will get Brett LaRue as a courtesy runner, as Tyler Downing will come out and talk to Dylan Isaacson. Isaacson retired the first 6 batters he faced, but 3 walks and a single have pulled the Vikes closer here in this frame. Johnny Etherington also a part of the conversation on the hill as of this time. Brighton Meyer struck out swinging in his first at-bat of this game. 4-3 the score. TD back to the first base dugout. No action yet in the bullpen, which either says if you make a change, that next pitcher is probably playing a position right now, or this is going to be Isaacson's situation to get out of. Brighton Meyer 0 for 1 here in game 2. First pitch from Isaacson, healthy cut, no contact. No balls, 1 strike on Brighton Meyer. Ashbacker third, Sinkink for Carey at second, LaRue for Kane at first. 0-1, low. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Isaacson set again. 1-1, smacked into left field and a base hit. Austin Ashbacker will score. Sinkink will stop at third. We're tied at 4. 7th RBI of the doubleheader for Brighton Meyer. A single to left to score Ashbacker. The Vikes play it station to station with the other runners, with Sinkink to third and LaRue to second. We are now tied at 4, and Chris Hartman will be the batter. Hartman flew out deep to right in the second inning, 0 for 1. His last 2 at-bats, he's had some very good swings, including a double down the right field line in game 1. 4-4 the score. The first pitch high and tight to Chris Hartman. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Hartman. Hartman, the 7th batter of the inning, still only 1 out. The 2-0 delivery outside again. It's now 3-0 on the Viking first baseman. We're tied at 4. We're only in the bottom of the 3rd of game number 2. And now Drew Mitchell heading down to the bullpen for the Comets. 3-0. Outside corner taken for a strike. It's 3-1. Runners lead from their respective bases. 3-1. Well, high ball 4. RBI the easy way for Chris Hartman, drawing the bases loaded walk. Sinkic scores. LaRue to third. Meyer to second. A 5-4 lead for Decorah. And Bryce Pierce will be the batter. Pierce struck out looking in the second inning, 0 for 1. So the Vikes have answered the 3 spot of the Comets with a 3 spot of their own, and there's still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pierce with the first offering. It's taken on the inside edge for a strike, 0-1. 4 walks in the inning for Dylan Isaacson. The 0-1. Inside corner for a strike again. 2 balls, 2 strikes to nothing on Bryce Pierce. Oh, 2. Curve ball. That wasn't missed by much. Must have just crossed high, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryce, the 8th batter of the inning, still only 1 out. 5-4 Decorah here in the bottom of the 3rd. The 1-2 delivery swung on, popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule call. Lipke makes the catch. 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
Infield fly rule, batter automatically out.
So 2 down, bases loaded. And Colin Nimrod will bat for the 3rd time in as many frames. He reached on an error and scored in the first, popped to first in the 2nd. Bases loaded, 2 down. Decorah leads at 5-4 here in the 3rd. The pitch swung on, smack to the left and a base hit. LaRue will score. Meyer coming to the plate. Relay throw from the Comets. There won't be one. A 2-out, 2-run single for Colin Nimrod and a 7-4 lead for Decorah. Colin with RBIs 12 and 13 on the season to score LaRue and Meyer and make it a 5-run 3rd for Decorah. And Jake Hovden, who started this inning by grounding out, is the scheduled hitter, but I think Tyler Downing has seen enough from Isaacson. This is the 2nd trip, and changes a-coming. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECRadio.net. Darren Swenson with you from Olin-Zach Field in Decorah. 7-4 lead for Decorah, and we'll tell you about the changes here in a moment. Dallas Neal now in right field. Dylan Isaacson moves out to center, and Drew Mitchell, a freshman, will throw for Charles City. 1st and 2nd, 2 down, 5 in. Jake Hovden to the plate, batting for the 2nd time here in game number 2. He is 1 for 2, an RBI double and a run scored in the 1st, grounded to 3rd in the 3rd. 7-4 Decorah here in the 3rd as the pitch goes outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Mitchell, 2 appearances, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. A 2.33 ERA and a 2.50 opponent batting average against. The 1-0 delivery outside for 2 balls, no strikes on Jake Hovden. Mitchell, the 3rd pitcher of this game. Comets used 4 pitchers in game number 1. One they didn't use was Sam Lipke, who shut out the Vikings in the first meeting. Fastball outside edge for a strike. It's 2-1. Hovden, the 10th batter here in the 3rd inning of a 7-4 Decorah lead. Vikes won game 1, 12-2 in 6. The pitch Lone outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Each team with an equal number of runs and hits. 7 runs, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 hits for the Comets. The pitch smacked into right center field. After it is Dylan Isaacson. He won't get there. It'll be up and against the fence. Hartman will score. Nimrod will score. Hovden coming to third. The throw there, not in time. Jake in with a head-first slide. It's 9-4 Decorah. First triple of the season for Jake Hovden. It's a 4 RBI night and a 3 RBI game for Jake Hovden, as he is up to 20 now on the season. Both those runs charged to Dylan Isaacson. And Cole Sweska will look to keep the fun going. 9-4 Decorah here in the third. Sweska had that one get away from Etherington and down from third, and scoring is Hovden. It's a 10-4 lead for Decorah. And that one going to be a pass ball because Etherington had that one in his glove but couldn't corral it. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Cole Sweska. A 10-4 lead now for Decorah. An 8-run third inning. Base is empty, 1-0 the count on Cole. The pitch outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. One from Mitchell. Fastball up, 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 1 regular season game going after tonight. And it's against Waterloo West as Sweska swings and misses. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch, curveball taken low. And now it goes to 3-2. Cole, the 10th batter of the inning. 3-2. Swinging a pop-up foul. Angling over into foul ground is Levi Miller right in front of the Charles City dugout. He will make the catch to retire the side. But the Vikes able to score 8 runs on just 4 hits. No errors, nobody left. Just 3 innings done in Game 2 of this doubleheader. A 10-4 lead for Decorah. An 8-run third inning has led to a Decorah 10-4 lead. Dustin Carey was rocky a little bit in the third inning, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits in that frame. But his offense has backed him up. Now it's Dustin's job to return the favor. He's throwing 55 pitches through 3. Giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Levi Blaine reached on an error in the second, 0 for 1. And the first pitch inside from Carey. 1 ball, no strikes. (10-8-1) for Decorah, 4-4-1 for Charles City. 1-0 outside corner for a strike, and now it's 1-1. With a 6-run lead here in the 4th inning, defense playing relatively well behind you. Just need to keep pounding the zone, keep it out of the middle of the zone, and go to work as pitch goes low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Dustin, it's been a lot sharper than we've seen him to this point tonight, but he's in a position where if he stays the course, he can help get his team a victory here. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Carey ready, and the 2-1 offering outside corner for a strike. It's 2-2. Now on Levi Blaine. Drew Mitchell is in the on-deck circle. Comets had a 4-2 lead going to the bottom of the third, but the Vikes answered with 8. Curve ball outside corner, strike 3 called. Second strikeout for Dustin Carey. 1 down here in the 4th inning. And Drew Mitchell will be the batter, the now pitcher in the game.
Drew Mitchell at the plate.
Mitchell batted once and struck out in game number 1. Carey delivers, and a fastball high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball game already an hour 15 minutes old, and we're only in the 4th. 1-0 delivery. Swung on at a chopper towards short, playing the long hop is Colin Nimrod. Taps his glove a couple of times and throws over to first base to retire Mitchell for the second out here in the 4th. So 2 down. Nobody on. The Vikes have yet to have a defensive 1-2-3 inning
Levi Miller
here in this game. And Levi Miller will be the batter. He lined out to second in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1. 10-4 Decorah here in the 4th as the pitch, curveball for a strike, nothing in 1. Pitch just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Breaking ball, hung it a bit, but Miller fouled it straight back. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. 10-4 Decorah. Here in the top of the 4th inning, the 1-2 delivery, curveball low and outside from Dustin. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Decorah, only 1 regular season game left. That will be against Waterloo West on Tuesday night. Comets will be at Waterloo West on Monday night. 2-2 delivery, curveball grounded towards third. Playing the long hop as Bryce Pierce winds up and throws to first base to retire Miller. And that's that for the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down, halfway home here in game number 2. It is a 10-4 lead for Decorah. A lot of changes here for the Comets. Levi Miller is now in center. Nate Manning's now in right. Dylan Isaacson's now at first. Colin Johanningmeyer's now at second. Drew Mitchell still pitching for the Comets, and all the changes reported to the Decorah dugout.
for the Comets. Colin Johanningmeyer playing second for the Vikings at the plate.
And Austin Ashbacker will start things here in the 4th inning. Ashbacker a single in the 1st. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. The first pitch from Drew Mitchell. Ashbacker pops 1 foul, 3rd base side, and out of play. It is no balls and 1 strike to count. A 10-4 lead for Decorah. Curveball swung on and missed. And it is no balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell gave up a 2-run triple to Hovden and got Sweska to foul out. 0-2 delivery, curveball grounded towards third, charging. There is Labarge. He'll pick it up. He'll loft a throw to first base and saved as the baby bull does a somersault into first base. Wasn't the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but an E5 will allow Ashbacker to reach because a good throw would have gotten him. So a runner at first, nobody out.
Next, Dustin Carey.
I'll give him about a 5.5 on the roll there. Carey is 2 for 2. A double and a single and a run scored in the 1st and the 3rd inning, respectively. The pitch goes low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Comets got all the board in the 1st. A walk, a sacrifice, and a sacrifice fly, as well as a wild pitch. Vikes got 2 in the 1st, and an RBI double by Hovden. RBI single by Sweska. Ground ball foul. 3rd base side, 1 ball, 1 strike. Comets got 3 in the 3rd inning. RBI single, RBI fielder's choice, and a steal of home on the back end of a double steal, but the Vikes answered with 8 in the 3rd. Next pitch high, 2 balls, 1 strike, highlighted by a 2-run triple by Hovden. Bases loaded walk to Kane, RBI single by Meyer, RBI bases loaded walk and a 2 to Hartman, and a 2-run single by Nimrod. Pitch low and outside. It is 3 balls, 1 strike on Dustin Carey. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Vikes One game won 12-2, and they lead this one 10-4. And the pitch outside corner for a strike. And now it's 3-2 on Dustin Carey. Mitchell, a look at first. Austin with a big lead over there as a move to first base will send him back diving to the bag. Decorah has given up 4 in this game. That is the first time in 4, or only the second time in 4 weeks they've scored 4 as Carey hits one well. Deep center field. Miller retreating towards the fence. That ball is high off the blue wall. Ashbacker will make it to third on the Carey doubles. Second and third. Nobody out here in the 4th inning. Dustin having himself a night here in game 2. He's 3 for 3. In fact, he's got 5 hits in the doubleheader. 3 of them have been doubles. So he's into double digits in doubles this year with 11. Sinkink will get his courtesy out at second base, and Kyle Kane will be the batter. Kane, a suicide squeeze into a fielder's choice in the first inning, walked with the bases loaded. His courtesy runner LaRue scored in the 3rd inning. An 8-run inning with 4 Viking hits and 4 walks. Pitch from Mitchell outside, 1 ball, no strikes. These two teams will meet a week from tonight in Waverly. In the first round of district competition, pitch outside again, 2 balls, no strikes. Second game that night will be walk-on in Waverly Shell Rock. Go Hawks now at 28-2. They lost the other night to Cedar Falls, but they won game 1 of the doubleheader against Owine tonight 5-1. So they're now at 29-2. 2-0 delivery. That one goes up to Kyle. It's 3 balls, no strikes. The command from Elliott Christian, load him up. I'd take a 2-run single here too, E-Train. 3-0, outside corner for a strike, and now it's 3-1. Connor Stallsmith going down to the Charles City bullpen. We'll wait and see if he gets any friends to help him out down there. Going down to the bullpen himself probably wouldn't be good. Here's ground ball towards short. Lipke bobbles. Everyone's going to be safe. Ashbacker scores. Moving to third, Sinkink. It's 11-4 Decorah. Second error of the inning for the Comets. And Brett LaRue will be the courtesy runner for Kyle Kane. First and third, 1 in, nobody out. And Brighton Meyer, the batter, struck out swinging in the first, single to left, knocked in a run, scored himself in the third. 11-4 Decorah as we play the bottom half of the 4th inning. The pitch, swinging a ground ball foul, no balls, 1 strike. Stretch 0-1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Pitch, curveball, and that one taken for a strike by Brayton, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Pitch, and Brighton gets hit. And Charlie Zahn's going to keep him in the box. Kind of hard to get out of the way of a curveball, but hey. When you get hit in the back of the thigh, he's not leaning into the pitch. That's a ridiculous call. I'm sorry. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Pitch outside on the fastball, 3-2. it's a fastball in on the hands and you can lean in, you can keep him there. But a curveball that hits you in the back of the thigh and you keep him in the box, that's poor judgment. Runner goes, pitch up, ball 4. Brighton gets the walk nonetheless. LaRue to second, Brighton to first, Hartman to the plate. Flew out to right in the second inning, double or walked with the bases loaded, and scored in the third.
Chris Hartman.
Sinking third, LaRue second, Meyer first, 11-4 Decorah as Hartman looks at a curve outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Pitch outside again. And it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the 4th inning. Pitch goes low from Mitchell. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. That one high off the glove of Etherington. Down the line from third comes Sinking. He will score. And it is a 12-4 ball game. Three balls, I should say, and 1 strike on Hartman as LaRue moves up to third and Meyer to second. 3-1 delivery, swing and a miss, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes on Hartman. Still nobody out here in the 4th inning. The stretch and the 3-1 outside corners, or 3-2 outside corner taken for strike 3. And 1 down here in the 4th inning.
11, Bryce Pierce.
Second and third, 1 down. And Bryce Pierce is 0 for 2. He swings and misses at the first one. No balls, 1 strike. Pierce struck out looking in the 2nd inning and popped to short in the 3rd. LaRue at 3rd and Meyer at 2nd. 0-1 delivery. Curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Bryce Pierce now. Drew Mitchell trying to get out of a headache here in the 4th inning. 0-2 got away from Etherington, but not enough to warrant runner advancement as he missed on the fastball low and away. One ball and 2 strikes to count. 1-2. Swung on and missed at a curve. 2 straight strikeouts for Mitchell. And 2 down here in the 4th inning. 2 down, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Vikes up by a 12-4 margin. And the batter is Colin Nimrod. He's batting for the 4th time in 4 frames. Pitch high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes when your leadoff man is batting for the 4th time in as many innings. You're having a good offensive night. 1-0, Chopper towards 3rd and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. LaRue 3rd, Meyer 2nd. Ashbacker started the inning reaching on an error. Carey got him to 3rd with a double. Kane reached on an error to allow Ashbacker to score. Meyer then walked. Wild pitch got the 2nd run home in this inning. Breaking ball outside edge for a strike, and it's 1-2 now. 1-2 on Colin Nimrod. Mitchell trying to get out of the inning with no further damage. Pitch fastball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vikes with 2 in the 1st, 8 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 4th inning. A 12-4 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-2 with 2 down. Curveball grounded towards 3rd. Labarge going to make the play there. He waits. He throws to first base. And Nimrod retired. And that's that for the inning. So, 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 left. We are 4 innings complete, 12-4 the score. Decorah on top. Comets come to the plate here in the 5th inning. It is a 12-4 lead for Decorah. Tyler Labarge, Sam Lipke, and Dylan Isaacson here in the 5th inning. A 12-4 lead for Decorah. Vikes won game 1 12-2 in 6 innings. Labarge swings the first one, pops one shallow right. Brady Dolly now back onto the infield grass. One makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th inning. So Labarge, who had walked and scored in the 1st inning, singled and scored in the 3rd inning, is retired for the first out here in inning number 5. 1 down, nobody on for Sam Lipke. Lipke 1 for 1, and he swings the first one, loops one down the third base line. Bryce Fierce after it, dives, can't get there. And no balls and 1 strike. Good effort there by Bryce, but 0-1 the count on Lipke. Decorah 2 runs in the 1st, 8 in the 2nd, and 2 in the 4th inning. They won game 1 by a 12-2 margin in 6. 0-1 delivery. Ground ball towards short. Charging there is Nimrod. He'll play the long hop and throw on to first base to retire Lipke, and there's 2 down here in the 5th. 2 down, nobody on. 12-4 Decorah, and the batter is Dylan Isaacson. Isaacson, sacrifice fly in the 1st, singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Gary hasn't been 100% sharp tonight, but his offense has helped him out a ton. And run support is something that at times Decorah pitchers haven't gotten a ton of this year. The pitch goes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Gary has retired 8 in a row since the RBI single by Foster, which at the time gave Charles City a 3-2 lead in the 3rd. That one looped towards second. Playing it on a hop is Dolly. He'll throw on to first base, and that's that for the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 12-4 lead for Decorah. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. It is a 12-4 lead for Decorah. It'll be Jake Hovden, Cole Sweska, and Austin Ashbacker. Looking at the in-game box score, Colin Nimrod 1 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Jake Hovden 2 for 3, a double, a triple, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored in this game.
Bottom of the 5th, Jake Hovden.
Sweska, a walk, a single, a run scored, and an RBI on the night. Hovden squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike from Mitchell. No balls, 1 strike. Mitchell, the 3rd pitcher of the night. Ashbacker 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, and a walk in game number 1. Or in this game, I should say. Carey, 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. Next pitch outside. Kane, 0 for 2 officially. Fielder's choice walk run. His courtesy runner scored a run, and he reached on an error. 1-1. Curveball high. 2 balls, 1 strike. On Jake Hovden. Chris Hartman 0 for 2 with a bases loaded walk and a run scored. And Bryce Pierce 0 for 3. That's your in-game box score. 2-1 outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Hovden has been on base in all 30 games. Pitch high, ball 4, goes back to the screen. So Hovden with the walk against Mitchell. That is the 7th free pass that Decorah batters have been given here in game number 2. Hovden at first. Nobody out. Cole Sweska to the plate. Sweska single and a run scored singled in a run in the 1st inning, walked and scored a run in the 3rd, and fouled out to end the 3rd. First pitch out of the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. Couple of steps off the bag at first base is Hovden. The stretch and the 1-0. Fastball up, 2 balls, no strikes. And Austin Ashbacker will be the batter. These two teams meet again next week in Waverly. First round of districts, 2-0. There's a strike. It's 2-1. This will be our final regular season broadcast. On Tuesday night, we're going to follow the Southwind Warriors as well in the postseason. It's 2-0, or 2-1, swing on and missed. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count with the runner at first and nobody out. Hovden a couple of steps off the bag at first base. And the 2-2 swinging a foul back. Good protective swing that time from Cole Sweska. Runner at first, nobody out. 5th inning, 12-4 the score. 2-2 sails high for 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Three-two delivery, smacked into left field, and that'll be a base hit. And Hovden will move up to second on the play, first and second with nobody out. And Austin Ashbacker to the plate.
Next, Austin Ashbacker.
Austin singled in the first inning, walked and scored in the 3rd inning, reached on an error and scored in the 4th inning. The pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes from Drew Mitchell. 12-4 the score. Decorah leading here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 delivery, lone outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Drew Mitchell, a freshman, kind of getting thrown to the wolves here tonight. Vikes probably weren't going to see Sam Lipke, who shut him out on 4 hits in the first game between these two teams. 2-0, there's a strike, it's 2-1. Pitch swung on, hammered towards center field, and that one is going to be caught at center field by Levi Miller. And that'll be the first out here in the inning. Miller had him played perfectly as Sean Truan will get an opportunity here. And yet another pitching change is coming on the way. Tyler Downing will come out, get the ball from Drew Mitchell, and Connor Stolsmith will be the new pitcher next. Connor Stolsmith will appear for the second time tonight. He was the last pitcher to throw in game number 1. He gave up the single to Jake Hovden, which ended it, and that was a 12-2 victory for Decorah in 6 innings. Sean Truan getting a shot, batting for Dustin Carey, who was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles.
Now pitching for Charles
here in game number 2. He had 3 doubles and 5 hits overall on the night.
22, Sean Truan.
And Sean Truan, who was hit by a pitch in a pinch hitting appearance in game number 1, will come to the plate. Hovden at second, Sweska at first. Stolsmith on the hill, and the first offering to Truan, a swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike on Bubba. No balls, 1 strike. The stretch by Stolsmith, a look back at second, a third look at second, and the 0-1 sails outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sean Truan. A 12-4 lead for Decorah. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Vikes looking to win their 20th game of the season. Stepping off is Stolsmith. The pause by Stallsmith and the 1-1 goes high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Comets did get back to their home field this week. Played the doubleheader against Owine earlier this week. 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss. At a curveball, it's 2-2. Two and two the count. Hovden at second and Sweska at first. The 2-2 delivery to Sean well high for 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pause. 2 looks at second. The 3-2 from Stallsmith swung on, popped up, foul ball, third base side. Angling over the third baseman Labarge, and he can't make the play right in front of the Decorah dugout. So, new life for Shawnee. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seventh pitch of the at-bat between Stallsmith and Truant. 3-2 delivery, smacked to the left and a base hit. Up to third comes Jake Hovden on a Sean Truant single. Bases loaded, 1 down here in the 5th. Winning run now at second for Decorah. Kyle Kane hit into a fielder's choice on a squeeze bunt in the first. Walked with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning and reached out an error in the 4th inning. Connor Gospin will run for Sean at first base. Bases loaded, 1 down here in the 5th inning. A 12-4 lead for Decorah. Kane officially 0 for 2. Stallsmith delivers, and the pitch swung on and missed. Kyle ahead of a breaking ball. No balls, 1 strike. Vikes won game 1, 12-2 in 6. They lead at 12-4 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 0-1 with 1 down. The pitch, a little up. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bases loaded. Decorah 12 and Charles City 4. The pause and the pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike with Brighton Meyer on deck. Meyer 7 RBI in this doubleheader, including a grand slam. Actually, I think it's going to be Austin Bohr in the on-deck circle. It is. 2-1 to Kyle Kane. Curveball down and in. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Austin appeared as a pinch hitter in game number 1 and was intentionally walked. So he got to get on base without seeing a pitch. To the windup goes Stallsmith, and the 3-1 to Kyle Kane is up for ball 4. It's now 13-4 Decorah. Hovden scores. Sweska to third. Gassman to second. Austin Bohr to the plate. Bohr appeared as a pinch hitter and was intentionally walked in game 1. LaRue will get Kane's courtesy at first base. And Brighton Meyer's spot will be hit for by Austin Bohr. Bohr 0 for 3 on the season. That intentional walk was the first time he's been on base in a varsity game. Infield up all 4 spots for Charles City, trailing 13-4. And Austin gets hit by a pitch, and that's a Viking victory. Decorah wins 14-4 over Charles City in 5 innings here in game number 2 of this doubleheader. 14 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 7 left for Decorah. 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, and 3 left for Charles City. Dustin Carey, the winning pitcher, he improves to 6-4 here on the season. And B.J. Foster, the losing pitcher, 0-2. So Decorah will finish second place in the Northeast Iowa Conference with a conference record of 11-7 and an overall record of 20-10. And Charles City 10-17 overall and 5-12 in conference play.
Won their 20th game and doing so clinched second place in the conference after an 0-1 loss earlier tonight.
Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the broadcast wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Viking fans, we know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, Decorah defeats Charles City twice, 12-2 in 6 and 14-4 in 5 innings. So that'll wrap up our regular season coverage. It's nothing but postseason from now on when it comes to high school baseball. Decorah will play Waterloo West on Tuesday night, but we will be following the Southwind Warriors throughout their postseason as well as the Decorah Vikings. So our next Decorah broadcast will be a week from tonight as the Decorah Vikings will take on Charles City in the opening round of district from Waverly. And our coverage will begin at 4:50 that afternoon. So for the always immoral support of Elliott Christian, Darren Swenson saying so long from Olin-Zach Field. Vikes take 2, 12-2 in 6, 14-4 in 5. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We will talk to you again Tuesday night with Warrior Baseball from New Hampton.
Yeah, I think